Moving on to our next article of the day. This one takes place in Myanmar, and this was one of the most disturbing articles I read today. Myanmar citizens face bug prosecutions after breaching the rules. As you know, most places have self-distancing and curfew rules. So this is a semi-long article, but I wanted to kind of read it, then go over a few thoughts at the end. So just bear with me, all right? Okay. To combat the convd-19, Myanmar authorities say they will take zero tolerance approach for anyone breaching social distancing rules. Action has already been taken against several people and businesses under the Prevention and Control Committee, Disease Law, and Natural Disaster Management Law. Other actions have been taken against people who failed to following the instructions of the health teams. Returning migrants in Aningwe and Xinjiang regions have also faced actions for refusing to stay in their quarantine centers. Yeah, last week somebody broke out. A returnee who fled the quarantine in Lanton Township in Adderway region was sentenced to 3 months with hard labor. Does anybody know what hard labor is? In America, we don't have that, so I don't know. Under the communicable disease law. Another returnee in Sangson region, Pao Township, was jailed for 6 months under the law. A couple from Mongri region were charged with refusing to allow a health team to check their temperature for trying to assault and abuse the staff. You know, here where I am staying, yes, I'm not really under lockdown. We can go out and whatnot. But when you do go to the store, they take a temperature and they make you wash your hands with spray. So I don't know if these people, in this case, you should have just done it. It's kind of normal. Okay. A mandatory a motorway bus company, Pa Toa, has been banned from allowing too many passengers on a coach, violating the regional social distancing order. So basically, public transit, you know, people are sitting next to each other, that's against the law, but he wants his money. So the way some countries have dealt with this is they said, all right, when you buy one seat, you're technically buying three because you have one on each side of you that's empty. Okay, so but evidently this company did not do that, or this whole country doesn't follow that kind of rule yet. All right. So the regional government said on March 29th that buses must be no more than half full, but the operators could double the charge to cover the cost. So see, in this case, that bus made a mistake. But this also brings us back to yesterday. Remember how the subways and things in Singapore were being half-staffed, so they should charge more. But that might make people go crazy because they can't afford it. But the bus company reportedly allowed passengers to fill the seats and stand in the aisles while also doubling fees. Well, hey, profits before safety. You can't feel guilty for them. In the Bagan region's Gomung Township, police are looking for murder suspects, including a guest house owner who was allegedly involved in an attack against the family of a 100,000 administrator. The attack followed an argument about a guest who was suspected of having convd-19. On Saturday, the administrator argued that the guest house owner after he led a committee elders to inspect a guest house in the ward after returning reports that a guest was sick and coughing. The following day, the guest house owner led approximately 20 sword-wielding people into the administrator's house. 2 of the administrator's relatives were seriously injured and another was killed, although the administrator and his immediate family escaped. So these people were going around with swords. I mean, where did they get 20 swords anyway? That's why this article was appealing to me. Okay. A man from the Bongi Township has been charged with spreading fake news. Okay, so yes, we read articles about this, Facebook, Twitter, and whatnot. People were saying stuff. Don't do that. They charge big fines or put you in jail. The man protested in Barongong is a positive. Man test, yeah. Yesterday on a Facebook group, a township administrator filed a lawsuit against the man under the communicable disease law. Now here's the interesting one. A bridegroom who held a wedding reception in Tamu, Saigon region was sentenced to 6 months in prison and fined 1 million cap, $700 last Friday for failing to avoid drawing crowds. Basically, he had a wedding and everybody came to say congratulations, and he broke the social distancing law. So there you go. Now he's in jail while his bride's at home, probably getting a new husband. So that's very sad. On Wednesday, and by the way, in Vietnam, they postponed all weddings and funerals. I have a video on that, so you should check that out. I posted that one yesterday. On Wednesday, the police in Yaop Township, Saigon regime, told the media that the township court sentenced a man to 6 months in prison for fleeing a hospital. The suspected COVID-19 patient, who had been isolated at the hospital, fled after testing negative, but while he was still required to stay quarantined. Yeah, well, that's normal. So he acted irrational. Underway Region and Township filed a lawsuit against the bridegroom and his father-in-law after another wedding reception. Administrators had asked the bridegroom, 23, and his father-in-law to cancel the reception in the Thangwan village. The two men face up to a year in prison under the National Disaster Management Law. So what do you think about these draconian enforcement laws? I mean, are they just? Are they on the crazy side? I don't know. So please let me know your thoughts below. Are any of these kind of things happening in your country? Stay tuned for our next story. Hi, the small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.